All right, so at this point, I am going over this do now, which is review for your quiz. So I'm going to go over it a little bit slower than I normally would, but you do want to make sure you finish this video by the time I have set on the screen, because you want to make sure that you are ready to start that quiz, okay? So number one, we have here to combine like terms, okay? So both of these are like terms. It's negative 5x plus 9x. So all you're going to do here is add your coefficient. So add your numbers in front. So we end up doing negative 5 plus 9. So this is addition. So the rule we're using here is that song. So same signs, add and keep, different signs, subtract. So this is different signs. So we do 9 minus 5, so 4. And then the positives are bigger, so it's a positive 4. Okay? So we have 4, and then we keep our x from there. Okay? This is like having negative 5 teachers and positive 9 teachers. It's still teachers. Okay? You still keep that x there. Right, number 2 here. So this is addition. So you can actually just drop those parentheses if you wanted to, because nothing is going to change from here. It's all going to stay. Okay? Your like terms here, you have x's and then you have numbers. So the x's all go together. And notice when I box in my x's, I'm boxing in the term and then the sign before it. Okay? So this is the problem I'm going to do. 2x plus 7x. So I do 2 plus 7, and I get 9. And then I carry down my x. All right, from there, I'm going to circle negative 1 plus 3. So I know that was originally a minus 1, but you can think of it the same as having a negative 1. Okay? So for the circle, we have to do negative 1 plus 3. So in this case, positives are bigger, and they're bigger by 2. So it's a plus 2. Okay? So you can also think about this as saying that I owe you $1 and I give you $3. And now you're up 2. You're ahead 2. Okay? So I had added in the boxes, the x's, the like terms. 2x and 7x is 9. And negative 1 plus 3 is 2. So if you're a person that likes to stack them, that is fine. So it would be 2x minus 1 plus 7x plus 3. Okay? 2x and 7x gives you 9x. Negative 1 plus 3. So you're basically doing this problem and then this problem. You still get the same answer. Okay? So if you prefer stacking, go ahead. Please do that stacking, and that is completely fine. Right? Either way, you end up with the same answer. All right, number 3 here. So this is subtraction. This is what that note on the top of this do now is about. When you see subtraction in parentheses like this, you're going to keep, change, change, change. Okay? So some people are getting confused on what you keep and what you change. So with your change, your first one is always going to be a bar before and after that minus sign. That minus sign is always all by itself. Other than that, everything should be the term and the sign in front of it. So this is just this term. So we have minus 10, we have 2x, and then minus 5. Okay, that's what it should look like. So really what you want is before and after the minus sign, and then after the x's here. Oh, there goes my chinchilla who's running on his wheel. Okay, so you're going to do that next, 3x minus 10, that all stayed. We have minus here, which is going to become plus. We have positive 2x, which becomes a negative 2x. Okay, and this last one is what people mix up all the time. They've been mixing up a lot lately. So this whole thing is minus 5. You want to do one change here. You don't want to change this one twice. So you want to do plus 5 instead of minus 5. Okay? You don't want to do plus a negative 5. You just want plus 5. Okay? After we do that, I'm going to box my 3x. I'm going to box my plus negative 2x. So 3 plus negative 2 is going to give you a positive 1x. Okay? From there, minus 10 plus 5. So if you need to do some work on the side to figure out what that is, that's fine. If I owe you $10 and give you $5, I still owe you $5. So whatever process you use to remember that is fine. So this is going to be a -5 or plus a -5. Okay, also you can actually just drop that one. So all 4 of these are actually equivalent, so any of these are completely fine. This is how I would probably normally write it here, but they're all the same because if we keep change, this is equal to that. Okay, so whichever one of these you have is fine, so go with that. Whoops, sorry. Okay, so 4 is a distributive property, so this is a -2 times 3x minus 5. So that means this -2 gets multiplied to the inside of both of these. Okay, so first it's -2 times 3x. So -2 times 3. This is now spun rules because this is multiplication. Okay, -2 times 3 is a -6 because it's unlike signs negative. Okay, and then I keep my x. From here, you can think about this as -2 times -5, and you would get, this is your SPA, +10. Okay, if you had thought about this differently, you could have said this is, you could have carried the minus down and did -2 times +5, so -10. These are equal. This one's ideal. This one's the way mathematicians would normally write it. We like to write less things. We like to kind of condense things. We like to make them more simple. So +10 is a lot simpler than minus and -10. They're both equal, both equivalent, but this one's preferred. Both would give you full credit on a test or a quiz. Okay, so to repeat, these were both perfectly fine ways. So I did -2 times 3 to get -6 and kept my x. And then on top I did -2 times a -5. Kind of think of the whole thing as a 1. And then you get +10. Okay? All right, so our last one here, write out as a product. So there was more wording, find the greatest common factor, factor it out, write as a product. That is our end goal here. So we have 49x plus 14. So what we really want to do is find the factors. Once you find all the factors, you find the GCF. Okay, so 49, the factors of 49, 1 times 49, and 7 times 7. That's all you got. 14, 1 times 14, and 2 times 7. So your greatest common factor is 7. When you do a problem like this, you want your answer to look like this. So I got plus here because that's a plus there. So something here, parentheses, something plus something. So this first something is going to be that GCF. It's going to be a 7. You find these missing pieces by doing 49x divided by 7, and then 14 divided by 7. So this is 7x, and this is 2. So your answer looks like this. Okay, so something to keep in mind here, if you had another number as an option that was not the greatest common factor, it's still going to be equal, but when you're asked to use the greatest common factor, you want to make sure you use the largest one. So the largest number they share, largest factor they share, which was 7. Okay, to get the missing pieces, so I pulled the 7 up front. I did 49 divided by 7 to get 7x plus 14 divided by 7 to get 2. Okay. So at this point, if you have any questions on any of these 5, raise your hand for me. I will come around and help you with that. I might address it as a whole group if we need to, if enough people ask that question. If not, we can just have a one-on-one conversation, me and you, and make sure you're all set up for that quiz. If you are done at this point and not everyone else is, and it's before the time that I'm asking you to be done by, my suggestion is to redo these problems. Turn this paper over, do them again, make sure they match. Or do yesterday's do now questions again, or go through any other questions, lessons 1 through 4, do them again and check them. That is how you study for this in the meantime, okay? You should be using this time to your advantage to study, to be as prepared as possible as you can be. You will be taking this quiz online like we did last time. So you're going to get that half sheet of paper. And then once you are done with the half sheet of paper, that's when you want to open up your Chromebook and type in your answers. You're only typing in the final answer, not everything in between. Okay, so I would type in this, things like this. Okay, your final answers, not everything in between. Okay, so I just want the bottom answer there. When you're done with that, go ahead and hit submit on that. And that is about it. There are 10 questions and 3 extra credit questions on the back of that quiz. Okay, so go ahead and continue studying if you have the extra time to do so. If you do not, just close your Chromebook up and get ready for me to give you any final instructions that I will give you. All right, good luck.